think we've all been waiting for this occasion when the fans come in, but because of what's happened over the kind of past week, it's slightly different in the kind of mood and tone. I'm just wondering what your message would be to the Manchester United fans, because clearly it's not the day we all kind of hoped. It's kind of wrapped in different material, if you like.
Well, we've been waiting for a long time to welcome the fans back, and of course the last couple of home games, or especially the Liverpool ones with the protests, it's never nice to see a club that is not united, fans and the team, and so of course we're hoping that Tuesday is going to be a positive day, that we move together, that we play a good game of football, because that's my job, to prepare the team to play well, and that they'll enjoy the day, because that's important now, that we get back and enjoy being together.
Nia Wynne Thomas.
Hi Ollie.
Hi.
After it's been a busy couple of spell of fixtures, what with back-to-back matches, but how have the team recovered from that defeat last week, both physically and mentally, ready for the final 2 games of the season?
Well, I think the previous week, or the last week, has been draining. The season has been long enough, so I gave them 2 days off, Friday, Saturday, and they were bright and bubbly this morning, really sharp, and we're looking forward to the end of the season. We're looking forward to playing in front of our fans again. It's a completely different matter, and of course I think that the fans coming in will give this game an extra lift and give the players an extra lift. And of course we're very focused on securing the second place.
Simon Stone.
Ollie, what's the difference between positivity from the fans and negativity?
What's the difference? I think...
Yeah, I mean, the fans could get behind you, and equally they could disrupt you by protesting. What's the difference?
I think the mood in any club and the relationship between a team and the fans is vital to what happens on the pitch. So the players will all, or human beings, we are all human beings, will react to getting our supporters back in a positive way. They've always been back there, give us extra energy, and hopefully the players will give the fans a reason to cheer. That's what we have to focus on. It's a big game for us in that respect, that we since the last time we had fans in against Man City, great game. The atmosphere was the best I've ever felt it at Old Trafford in a league game, and the next time we can welcome the fans back in, that it's a positive one.
Neil Custis.
When Jose Mourinho said coming second was one of his biggest achievements, he was sort of slightly derided, but do you understand what he was saying, given the competition now is probably greater than when you were a player among small clubs? And would you see this as a great achievement for yourself as well?
The competition is a lot harder now than when I was a player, I've got to say. Of course, you have 3, 4, maybe 5 teams that you can challenge for the top 2 positions. Like the last few years, of course, it's been the first 2 positions have been taken by 2 teams, and for us to move into them and divide them, if you like, it's a good performance, but it's not an achievement. We can't say it's an achievement, but we've taken steps as a team. We're not where we want to be. We know we have some deficiencies as a group. There's parts of the game that we need to improve on, but I felt that we've made strides in most places. And I've been very pleased with the players this season. I've got to say I've been impressed by them, but we want to take the next step as well.
Mark Manbriers.
Hi Ollie, I know you said about how important second place is just now, but you're 4 points clear, you've got a better goal difference than Leicester, and just a week out from the Europa League final. Does it mean you've almost got to wrap a couple of players in cotton wool, especially when we saw what happened to Harry at Villa?
You know, whatever team I pick, it has to be a team, and they have to be players that give everything. Because if you go into a game tentative, if you have something else in your mind, you don't fly into the tackles as you should, you don't sprint as normally, you don't maybe focus as much, there's more of a danger getting hurt in that kind of position. So, and we want to build momentum, we want to build confidence, because of course we've lost the last two at Old Trafford, so we don't want to go into an important game with a bad momentum or a bad feeling. So we use these two games to get results, but also to get confidence.
David McDonald.
Hi Ollie, just back on the fans, you talked about the professionalism of your players, but they're only human, as you said. Isn't it natural, even subconsciously, that they may be affected by what's happening off the pitch? Because obviously they had their routine changed for the game against Liverpool. These kind of things, they can obviously surely impact on them. I mean,
yeah, sure. Surely, I just didn't want to use that as an excuse because we lost the two games, but surely it's reason behind the performances and the results we've had. Physically, it is impossible for them to turn up and play at the intensity and the level that's required because the amount of games. Then you look at the preparation in between. You haven't had the recovery in between. You haven't had the same routine as you normally do. We haven't done the tactical prep in the same way as we've had. So of course, I'm not saying that it didn't affect them, but I was impressed by how professional and how they went about it, because they did. There was none of them who complained, and that's one of the big things for me, that we never complain, we never look outwards, we just look at what we can do, how can we maximize the situation, and we tried to do that, but we couldn't get the results. But the players have been good as gold. Now they've had a couple of days off and we're fresh and ready, and we prepare as normal for these last two games.
Tyrone Marshall.
Hi, Ollie.
Hi.
The two teams you picked last week against Leicester City and Liverpool would suggest you know what your strongest team is and know the players to come in for them. With your Europa League final in mind, I guess, are the two final league games this season an opportunity for players to put their hand up for the Europa League? Or, have you got to lay down a challenge to certain players that these games are their opportunity to play their way into a final scene?
You pick a team to win a game, and we need to pick a team for the final. So if you want to go to the final now, 10 days or whatever it is from now, you want players confident, you want players in form, you want players who I get everything from. So these last two games, of course, is a chance for everyone to say, if there's any doubt in my head, and I think everyone knows, I feel I've got quite a good competition in most areas and units. So I don't think you go into these last two games saving your energy for the final. No, you need to show that against Fulham that I'm ready to do my bit for the team, and maybe the Fulham team will be the final team, maybe not. I'm hoping to get Anthony and Dan back involved in this game, which is a very good boost for us. And then maybe they can even start against Wolverhampton, and then maybe they're sensational. It's hard to leave players out if they really perform at the highest level.
Last two questions. We'll start with Ian Whittle and we'll finish with Rob Dawson.
Hi.
You were quite critical of some media pundits, maybe referring to ex-teammates of yours or ex-opponents of yours. I just wondered, with Tuesday in mind and the fact that it has been quite a volatile situation, do you hope that sort of the media aspect is handled sensibly? And have you spoken to any of those people, any of your former teammates possibly, about the way they approach their commentary and their observations on this game on Tuesday?
No, I've not spoke to anyone because I've been busy enough looking at the team and preparing the team, and of course you hope that the game against Fulham is not going to be marred by any violent or over the top things, because I know our fans, I know the Man United fans, they're the best fans. I've had such a great relationship with them, and they know how to support the team. So I don't expect any of the fans coming there making any trouble.
Last one for Rob Dawson.
Hi Ollie, has a decision been made on Juan's contract yet, whether he'll be leaving in the summer or whether he'll be with you again next season?
I've kept my the dialogue with Juan, and we're due to speak again very soon. Of course, he's not played as much as he'd like, and that's a decision that we'll make with him. And of course, he's in charge of his own future, and he's been such a good servant for the club. And but of course, it's hard, as I've said so many times, to leave good players out, good people out of the team, and it's about what does he want with as his next step in his career. Is it still play out his career here, or is it going somewhere else? I haven't had we haven't made the final decision yet.
Thank you very much, everybody.